Entry number 52, September 24th, 2017. I never did get to checking up on Scott on my birthday. I plan to check up on him early tomorrow. I am not going to elaborate on my Kronos, Prometheus, Pandora paradigm this entry, mainly because neither Bob nor Lisa have commented on entry 51 yet that I know of. The feud over MWR's blog seems to have fizzled out, for the time being at least. I was writing this entry on a Bluetooth keyboard I bought yesterday and a tablet MWR bought me for my birthday, $50, on Gmail. But today, when I tried resuming the draft edit, Gmail kept crashing when I tried to make changes. So we're back to one photo video. I am playing NetHack with my new keyboard and tablet, so my Rogue is safely saved on my Wi-Fi only phone. But on the tablet, I just died as a knight on level 2, experience level 4 if I remember correctly. I had found a pickaxe and gone down a level to do some digging. My horse died, and I ran into a were rat. I read a scroll which turned out to be a scroll of Stinking Cloud, which would have been helpful, except I released it too near myself. I'll have to remember to release Stinking Clouds at least 2 squares away from myself from now on. The Stinking Cloud got me as well as the were rat, and my hit points went way down. I prayed and got my hit points back. But the were rat summoned help from his little rat friend, and I got bitten with the poisonous bite of a rabid rat. Down went my hit points again. I engraved Elbereth with a ring to stop the varmint, but the were rat changed into a rat and was somehow able to ignore Elbereth, and I got bit and died. Knights come with a horse, a full suit of armor, and carrots and apples to feed the horse. Horses are, of course, vegetarian, and a long sword and a lance, though I don't know what the lance is good for. You can ride the horse, but sometimes you slip while trying to mount, seriously dropping your hit points. I really need to go shopping. I'm out of just about everything. I went to the convenience store, part of the same building as the estate, and bought another 2-liter of Barks. I have $1.90 and 2 cans. Non-existence due to privilege and feeling washed out becoming the norm, modifying non-emotional processing. I now have to go out to Washington County tomorrow for that reason. I may have to go out to Washington County tomorrow for that reason. On my birthday, after finishing and recording the last entry, I went to the library and uploaded it and responded to my friends' blogs. Not necessarily in that order, until MWR called. MWR's purpose for the call was mysterious for some time. I was at the library, so I switched over to Messenger for the call, and had a hell of a time doing so. It eventually turned out MWR was buying me a gift, and he ended up having to misdirect me, probably because he initially was telling me about Fry's Electronics, and I ended up having to go way out to Southeast 82nd to pick it up. I had to stand the whole Max ride to 82nd because it was so crowded. Then take the 72, I think it was, to Walmart. While I was standing in the pickup line at Walmart, I think it was then, I texted MWR that my guess was that it was a phone. He texted back that that was not a good guess, which turned out to be another attempt to throw me off the scent. I soon enough found out it was a tablet before I got it. So a phone strike me as having been a pretty good guess. It may have been pure good luck that I got it that night. The employee who got it for me sure made it seem he was going out of his way, maybe even breaking a rule or two to get it for me. When I finally got it, I turned it on and went through the mandatory intro processes I could without Wi-Fi, then called MWR. I sat on a bench outside Walmart for a while, talking to MWR, then got to thinking it was time to get going home. So I continued talking to him as I walked to and arrived at the bus stop. I ended up talking to him almost until I entered the door to the estate. I don't remember what we discussed. Now I recall we talked a lot about Journal Entry 51 and how Lisa might react to such, and a little about Bob, too. At MWR's suggestion, I did go to a place with Wi-Fi, namely the courthouse that is becoming my go-to spot, even though the Pioneer Square Starbucks is now available again, and fiddle with my tablet. But all I did was fiddle with it a bit, spending most of that time thinking about how I was going to incorporate the new device into my electronic below. I think I am going to use the tablet for most or all of the things I use the Wi-Fi only phone for. When I get home or the library, when I'm at home or the library, except the one photo video, because the Wi-Fi only phone has so many pictures on it, and sending them to myself and then downloading to the tablet would be a time-consuming pain in the ass. I also plan to use the tablet for pics and videos of Saturday market and waterfront park stuff, and other shoots and shots that don't require speed. So I'll end up getting rid of a lot of apps on my Wi-Fi only phone, freeing up my memory for more music, and that will be nice. I also intend to put a bunch of music on my tablet for home listening, since it has 16 gigs native memory and a 4 gig micro SD card. MWR had agreed it a good idea on my birthday when I opined it might be a good idea to go to FreeGeek Saturday and check out their prices on Bluetooth keyboards and micro SD cards. On Saturday, I was low on dough, and so went to Whole Foods getting my whole 1440 with some cans and bottles left over. So I went to Freddy's, but there was a line and one person had a lot to turn in. And one of the machines was down, so I went to Trader Joe's. I then went to my tobacco shop and bought a pack of smokes, then home briefly to unload and have a smoke. Then I did, in fact, go to FreeGeek yesterday. I went to FreeGeek with 3 questions, all but one of which turned out to have positive, in both senses of the word, answers. I asked, 1, did they sell Bluetooth wireless keyboards? 2, did they sell micro SD cards? 3, did they do hardware repairs on computers? This last was the one with the negative answer. They only do hardware repairs on computers you got from them. Oh well. They had Bluetooth keyboards for as little as $10. I had exactly $15.15. Normal operations due to the supernal triangle modifying the father's children. So I bought one of the $10 ones at random after first testing it. After buying it and a memory card, I was a bit concerned I'd gotten ripped off, since you could buy them new for just a bit more than that. But MWR assured me by text that due to the brand name, Logitech, it was a good deal. FreeGeek sells micro SD cards for 50 cents a gig, which meant I could afford an 8 gig. So I grabbed one I thought was an 8 gig and put it in my tablet. When I checked settings to see if it was registering, my tablet said the SD card was corrupted. Store worker told me that was because I haven't formatted it yet. I couldn't figure out how to format it, and store workers said that tech support was next door. So I called MWR. He couldn't really help me, so I asked the store workers if I could take the micro SD card next door. Instead, they formatted it for me. But it turned out to be a 2 gig. So store workers searched for an 8 gig for me, but they were out of them, so I bought a 4 gig. Last night after getting home, I worked on this entry on my tablet and Gmail, but I've already told the gentle content beholder how that turned out. This morning I relaxed, smoked, and placed the NetHack in preparation for resuming this entry on the tablet and Gmail, but I was down to 1 smoke and had $3.65, if I recall correctly, and so went to turn in some cans and bottles at Whole Foods. Then I bought my smoke, came home, and did my prep procedures all over again. The major glitch with my Gmail was quite disappointing. I tried pairing both my phones with my Bluetooth keyboard to see if Gmail would react differently with them, but the Wi-Fi only phone said there was an improper PIN code, and the Obama phone didn't even detect the keyboard as a Bluetooth device. I sent MWR 3 voice texts about those attempts. So I accepted the wasted energy on Started again in my 3-ring binder, and that's where it stands. The random Wikipedia article for this entry is a county in Albania called Vlorë County, named after its port city, Vlorë, which is where the Albanian Declaration of Independence was signed in 1912. And now for the poem for this entry. Time. Shopping at Safeway, which is near the library. You bought 4. With comb I found a while back. Stop. All before I got up this morning. On ketchup. Bread for $1. Bought 2. Been torn off. Premium Deli Black Forest ham for 89 cents. Hamburger. 5. 13. A jug of milk. And mayo. $11.34. End of poem and end of entry.